Well, good news for you.
For me?
Halo is returning.
Ooh.
And by that I mean...
With a new game.
A new game. Halo Reach. It has been announced by Brian Gerard. He's the community director of 343 Industries. And he came out and said that Halo Reach is coming to the Halo collection for the Xbox, and that also the collection will be making its way to PC. So some big announcements there for Halo, and you're getting Reach essentially, which I've heard really good things about.
Yeah, and it's already backwards compatible on the Xbox One, but it's nice because when they bring these to Master Chief Collection, they up the frames per second. It looks better. It has more support. It has built-in like Master Chief Collection achievements added to the game. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to there, I think, especially if you're a fan of Reach, and it'll revitalize that player base a little bit. People still play Reach. There's still a few thousand players online at any given time.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Even now. And some would say it's the last great game Bungie made.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, people, like, it depends what your opinion is on Destiny, which I go back and forth on. I like it. I think that it needs work still, both of them. Obviously, they're done with Destiny 1. And I think that the last expansion to that, The Taken King, made it a really good game. Prior to that, it was fun, but it really struggled. And I stopped with Destiny 2 before Forsaken came out, but I've heard that that kind of did the same for that. I just haven't played it in forever because I gave that series a lot of good faith and just kind of kept getting the same thing over and over.
Because you played Destiny 1 like a crazy amount, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot. Like a lot. And I played 2 quite a bit as well. Not as much, but quite a bit. And I don't know. They're fun games, but I really liked what they did with Reach. And I thought it was kind of too bad they moved on from Halo after that. 343's done a good job for the most part, I think. Like, I like what they did with Halo 4. But then I thought 5 really struggled. And by the time 5 became good, not a lot of people cared as much.
I see.
They like patched the multiplayer and like added stuff over time, and I think
do
that's
remember hearing
good.
that the multiplayer wasn't as good for 5. It just was.
Well, people thought that for 4 as well, and then 5 launched, and it was also kind of the same. But then it was very clear they didn't focus on the campaign at all with 5. So like the campaign sucks, and the multiplayer is fine, and apparently the multiplayer is better now. But that's the thing, is like by the time it became better, it was like, okay, well, I gave this a lot of time. I don't really care anymore.
Is this kind of like, and I'm not as tuned in with the Halo community as you are. Are they making another Halo, or is this kind of like their, I don't know, like their return to Arkham, if you know what I mean, where it's just kind of like, here's the games again, so you can play them again.
Well, Master Chief Collection is that, but Master Chief Collection's been around for a long time, and remember at launch it didn't work right.
Right.
At all. They've been patching it off and on, like, since then, since launch, and it has become very competent since then, like a good game. I actually enjoy Master Chief Collection, but they are doing another Halo. It's called Halo Infinite, or at least that's the working title. I don't really know what it's about or anything. They said they're trying to do like a return to form type thing, like back when people loved Halo, but I don't know how that is. And like pretty much anyone can say like, we're going back to our roots, you know? Like, that's kind of just like a buzzword type thing to say.
Right.
So it's really, it could be good. I don't know. I'm not sitting around in high anticipation of it, because after 5, I was just kind of significantly bummed out.
I heard it was a major letdown. Yeah,
at
the time it was a huge letdown for what, I guess, the franchise had kind of created as far as expectations.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best shooter franchises of all time. So it's just a disappointment that when you like drop the ball on that pretty hard.
Is Bungie working on this new one then?
No, it's 343 Industries. So.
Oh right, okay.
343. There's people in 343 that were at Bungie. It's not like a totally new company, but in a lot of ways it also is, because there's a lot of people who left, and stayed at Bungie, and there's a lot of people who left Bungie and went to 343. So it was a company split.
Gotcha.
Problem is that even though most people enjoyed the story of like Halo 4 and like its campaign, the people who wrote that story, they are gone. Like the main writer left 343.
Ooh.
And so then there's a huge drop off with Halo 5. And now it's kind of like, I don't know, like I just don't really expect them to come back from it, but maybe they will. It would be nice. I don't know. So I guess that's why it's nice to see something like Reach that you know is good. It has like a super solid multiplayer, a really good campaign, amazing soundtrack, a really fun firefight mode, and the firefight mode's launching separately. I don't remember the price point because one of them you pay for. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, so the campaign and firefight sections of the game will be released as premium DLC, and the players who have an Xbox Game Pass subscription will be able to access all of the game. The campaign DLC will be included here.
So wait, what about the multiplayer? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it says firefight sections of the game will be. Is that not including the multiplayer, or is the firefight different?
Firefight is different.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't get into specifics with that then.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I wonder if the multiplayer is just coming for free. Because if it's premium DLC content, then you have to pay for the campaign and firefight.
Right. That's interesting. And what is the Game Pass? Is that what you pay for, like, yearly? Is that what that is? Or
that's Xbox Live, but you can pay for Game Pass yearly. It's that thing where, like, you get a certain amount of games that you can play in a month from them.
Oh, right.
You, like,
okay.
download or stream them.
Right, okay.
I think it's just download now. I thought, yeah, they went with download, like, over just PS Now is, like, streaming, which people didn't like.
Right.
And now PS Now has kind of backed off on that and allowed downloads as well on a lot. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm not sure, like, because my understanding, and, like, this is unless the information was wrong, because what I had seen before was that one aspect of the game was free and the rest was paid. So I think that the normal multiplayer is free.
That's got to be the free part then, yeah, because the firefight and campaign were just extended premium DLCs then. So that would make sense then if the multiplayer was just free right at the go.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a good idea, at least for building good faith with people, because that's probably what a lot of people care the most about anyway.
Right.
So that's a good thing to make free. And I think it's really neat to see that they're still supporting the Master Chief Collection after so long. They could have very easily dumped it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it launched really bad.
That's what I heard. Like, no one was really into it. It just didn't do well.
No, and it didn't work. That's the problem. Like, it wasn't even a content thing. It was like the achievements were all glitched. The games didn't save right. The checkpoints didn't work right. So half the time you'd lose your progress on, like, a mission. There were, like, issues with, like, load times and, like, loading, like, in general. Like, things, like, being messed up in the game. It was just like a lot, and it's because they got a different company to port it, which I understand because there are companies that specialize in that, porting, but it was a disaster.
Wasn't it? Well, was it kind of rushed too? Because I remember it coming out with like an Xbox One bundle. Like, was that originally when the Xbox One came out? So it just kind of rushed, do you think?
It wasn't at launch that it came out, but it was pushed out quickly to try to get more sales, I remember, and it just did not work out well for them. So, I mean, it's nice to see that with whatever this other Halo Infinite is, they're taking their time at least, because you kind of have to.
Right.
I don't know what direction they're going to go with the franchise, and it's something where I still like Halo, like, I care about it, but a lot of people stopped caring after Halo 3 as well, so...
Because Halo 3 was fantastic. But then, I did... I think it was kind of easy to tell that it did kind of diminish as far as support later on. So it's cool to see them bringing back a game that is, I think, pretty well respected throughout the community.
People really like Reach.
And if it's done well, and it's not like the first three where they actually bring a polished game to PC but also to the collection, I think it's going to be a really good thing.
Yeah, and that's great for people on PC. I will say, like, one last thing about this story. It's kind of weird in a way because they are giving you less and less reason to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because if you can just play this on PC now and it's going to run, like, superior and look and work better, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I'll play it on Xbox One because I already have one. Like, I was given my Xbox One.
Right.
So it's like, sure, I'll play it on that, but because I've made progress on that version. But if you're anyone with a PC, there's no reason now to get an Xbox One, in my opinion. I guess the One X is really powerful, but they've really dropped the ball on, like, exclusive games to the point where, like, why? Why put down the money on that system, I guess.
When you don't need to. Yeah, exactly. And you get an upgraded
Yeah, like a PC with a solid state drive and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's still expensive, but it's one of those things with like the One X where it's like, oh, you're gonna drop $500. Why not just drop $1,000?
and get a way better, and something that you can use in all facets. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, because this is, I don't know, this was their big franchise for a long time. This is what they relied on, Xbox, for a while.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's a good point.
But anyway, we'll have to see what goes on with it. It's weird, but it's probably for the best for the brand and for building good faith with consumers again after the massive debacle of Chiefs launch and of Halo 5.
Oh, yes.
So let us know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited to play the Master Chief Collection, or are you going to revisit Reach? Make sure to remember Reach, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.